What are the top destinations for Americans moving out of state, county, or city? Stick around to find the top 10 states people are moving to in America in 2022. Arizona. The Grand Canyon state is the first on today's list, and its population growth has to thank many cities suitable for remote work. Digital nomads are flocking to Tucson, but other cities like Phoenix, Chandler, and Scottsdale are also seeing an increase in population. Arizona is not only home to one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, but it also has many natural wonders and unique places too. The state has a pretty diverse geography, so you'll get to see forests and canyons up north, while hot deserts await you in the south. Road trips are always an option when you live in Arizona. Las Vegas, California, and Joshua Tree National Park are all easy to reach within a day's drive. When it comes to job opportunities, Arizona has one of the largest emerging industrial markets in the state, but other sectors also provide job openings and make the job market strong. All of this, plus the mild climate of the Copper State, make it one of the top destinations Americans are moving to in 2022. Florida. Another state for Americans looking for a new home takes us to the Sunshine State. It hardly comes as a surprise that people rush to Florida, as this is always a popular destination for singles, families, and retirees. Amazing weather, stunning beaches, diversity, and affordability all make Florida one of the most desirable states to move to in 2022. For people looking to set up shop, Tampa seems to be the top pick. Then Miami is always a hot topic for all sorts of opportunities. Jacksonville is one of the best destinations for digital nomads, and Tallahassee is especially attractive when you're looking for history and want to live in the state's capital. There are only a few popular choices, but Florida has many other places for any type of lifestyle and any type of budget. North Carolina. The next best state to move to in 2022 is North Carolina. North Carolina was ranked as one of the best places for remote work in recent years, and this trend has continued to rise in 2022. The low cost of living and plenty of outdoor opportunities are the biggest draws of living here. Major companies noticed the trend, and many moved their offices to budget-friendly areas like Raleigh and Durham. Although the COVID-19 pandemic made many businesses and individuals move to affordable North Carolina cities, migration patterns seem to be pretty similar this year as well. Looking into the job market in the Old North State, the Research Triangle Park has more than 300 companies, and 13 Fortune 500 companies are headquartered in North Carolina. If this wasn't enough, note that Forbes ranked North Carolina #1 best state for business. Now let's look at its neighbor, South Carolina, which is another top pick for 2022. South Carolina. There's much more than delicious peaches in this country, as it offers nice weather, a cost of living that's considerably lower than the national average, and plenty of outdoor fun. Perhaps the biggest draw of living in popular cities is that you get all the big city amenities, but you can still enjoy that small-town charm. Even the state's capital, Columbia, gives you that intimate vibe of a hometown, and if you look at the migration patterns, you'll see that this is definitely something Americans appreciate. If you're looking to become a homeowner, then the Palmetto State is a place to be. Your median home cost is only $170,000 compared to the national average of $231,200. Texas. Another state that offers affordable housing and a budget-friendly cost of living is Texas. Home to some of the most delicious barbecue in the world, the Lone Star State continually experiences growth, especially if you look at cities like Austin and Dallas. Remote workers seem to continue flocking to these two cities, but families are also finding a few draws of living in Texas. Nature is stunning, and there's always something new to explore. Mouthwatering food is on every corner, and the job market is red hot, since it has been growing year after year. And speaking of growing economic opportunities, let's head to another state that's been seeing job market growth. We're heading to Idaho. Idaho. The state's affordability, job opportunities, and low crime rates play a role in why Americans decide to move here in 2022. In the Gem State, you'll find 2 cities that are among the fastest-growing cities in America, Nampa and Meridian. But you'll also find that Idaho is one of the best states for jobs. If the job market is of no interest to you and you're looking for a place to retire, then Idaho may also be a good choice, and its many attractions will make for a family-friendly location too. And while we're on the subject of family-friendly states, let's take a look at number 8 on today's list, Wisconsin. Wisconsin. America's Dairyland attracts more families than before, mostly thanks to the low cost of living, affordable housing, and enough jobs for everyone. Unlike some other states, Wisconsin doesn't have a ton of poverty and homeless people, and the entire state is family-oriented. You'll find that crime rates are really low, and there are plenty of towns dotted throughout the state that are perfect to settle, buy a home, and raise a family. Now, yeah, winters can get harsh, but if you don't mind cold weather, or you can get past the winter, there's really very little to complain about in Wisconsin. Vermont. Vermont has been the most moved to state for several years in a row, and the trend seems to be the same in 2022. The Green Mountain State gives you a stunning scenery and a chance to enjoy a slower, more relaxed lifestyle. This is a perfect state to move to if you're looking for a small town, since Vermont has plenty of great little cities. And another state that has a ton of small towns that lots of people move to is Nebraska. Nebraska. Where it really shines is rural areas, so you may want to consider moving here if you're looking for that kind of setting. Housing and overall living costs are lower than the national average, and crime rates are nothing to worry about. The state is frequently ranked as one of the best when it comes to education and natural environment, so naturally, it's a good place to raise a family. If you're all about nightlife and crazy fun, this is definitely not the state to choose. But if you're up for a small town, cozy vibe, then it may be the perfect fit. North Dakota. The next state has the highest quality of life according to some recent rankings, and that's North Dakota. The state seems to have it all: strong sense of community, gorgeous nature, and healthy environment. So it only makes sense why so many Americans are moving here. Prices are affordable, people are friendly, and crime rates are low, so it's certainly worth checking out when looking for a new home. If you can handle the harsh winter, there probably won't be anything you mind about this state. Thank you so much for joining us in today's video.